Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today we are going to be watching a best of 3 in the tournament between myself and Nodens. So, you might actually recognize Nodens' name because this is that one cat PFP person in the YouTube comments that has been every single video writing, "Hello Shep, smiley face." Just every single video for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I very much appreciate it. It does put a smiley face on me. The first time it was like, oh, another commenter, nice. The second time I was like, wait, didn't I read this before? The third time I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing, and now it's just a very fun thing to look forward to. So in this best of 3 in the losers bracket, by the way, we're both in the losers bracket. We both lost the very first best of 3, and if either of us loses this one, we're out of the tournament. So the stakes are quite high, and since the stakes are quite high, I decide to whip out the Jester WD, the musical domination team, which is basically world domination, except I bring a Jester, which gives me a different kind of kill pressure, and it gives me accuracy, which I'm very much going to need this match. Because I am playing into the Winter Bliss comp that Nodens has here. I will say he has kind of a weird setup on the Winter Bliss comp. Maybe doesn't have all the trinkets either, but it does have Materia Pestis on the Antiquarian if I remember correctly. So it does have all the trinkets because that's the very last trinket to unlock, so there's no justification there. But in terms of how the match is going, I basically got to go first, which is great because that means I get to bring the battle ballad off. And after that, my game strategy was basically to kind of just abuse the fact that I got battle ballad, and abuse the fact that the Shieldbreaker doesn't have a dodge trinket, and abuse the fact that the Jester probably won't be able to protect himself since I have those accuracy buffs, and just go for a few stuns, go for a very juicy sniper shot after one of those stuns, try to capitalize on it, and just win. Now, I will say one thing here is that if Nodens were smart enough to actually use the Rejuvenating Vapors, I would be in big trouble, because Rejuvenating Vapors is usually countered by Harvest, but I don't have Harvest on this Jester. I brought Solo because I wanted to have that extra kill pressure against the damage teams. If he were to be uppercut, if there was to be a pull to the Crusader behind him or something of the likes, I could just solo. If there were to be a slam, I could just solo. I could just go crazy, go to position 1, be ready to finale on the spot, and kind of just high roll and win the match. But, you know, since I didn't bring that, I basically have no tools of dealing with Rejuvenating Vapors. My only way of dealing with it is to sniper shot the Antiquarian like 2 or 3 times and then get a finale on her. I don't have a pull, I don't have a bounty hunter, so if my opponent were to capitalize on that, this would have gone way better for them. But basically the way it has gone is that they've used the Flash Powder, which worked relatively well. They've used a few Rain of Stars, but they're missing abilities because they didn't get the Battle Ballad off, which, I mean, I guess they went for the Impale move with the Shieldbreaker instead of going for the Battle Ballad, because I went first, but I didn't immediately go for the stun, obviously. I went for my own Battle Ballad, so it could have been Ballad into Ballad. And you're going to be wondering, Shep, do you really want to Battle Ballad into a team that only has a Jester for dodge and everyone else is at 5 dodge? When you have a Flagrant with Exotic Snuff, yes, you do. You need to Battle Ballad into that, or else you're going to miss too many critical moves, and you're gonna feel like a dummy. So here I failed the Dark Snap Deathblow, and I have a few things I want to do. I could go for, you know, a sniper shot for the kill, which would be a terrible move. I could try to preemptively heal. There were a lot of things I could have done, but I ended up deciding on just going for the Dark Snap there, because if I get the Dark Snap kill, even if I die, which is unlikely, I will still have my Arbalest and I will still have a couple stuns. I'll probably be able to get another kill soon, and then I have 2 stun characters and my opponent doesn't. And while it wouldn't be great for me, because the Antiquarian has the Materia Pestis, so she's able to pretty much shred my team, it could be fine, as long as I manage to get rid of the corpses and then perma-stun her near the end of the match. But the way it went is that I failed both the 60 and the 75% death blow chances with my Jester. Now, thankfully for me, I dodge a Captivate because it's a garbage ability. It's not doggy doo-doo, it's cat doo-doo. That's that ability. It's not even hidden by the sand. It just sucks. It's complete garbage. And of course the Flatulent's gonna miss the punish because I have 40 dodge on my Chester. That was kind of my play there, dropping the heal. I thought, well, you know, I have a heal. Even if I heal him, there is a chance that he gets punished and he goes right back down to 0 and he gets even way more stress on him. But I have 40 dodge on my Chester and my opponent did not go battle ballot. So it is very advantageous for me to use heals on a character that has a decent amount of dodge, because it's not just a 1-for-1 trade. There's actually a good chance that, you know, you just stay alive. So here my opponent has to go Serpent's Way, or else their Shieldbreaker is just dead. But by going Serpent's Way, you put Flatulent in kind of a rough position, and even though you have the exotic Snuff, my Crusader has 140% base stun chance, because, you know, that's totally balanced with the Sacred Blade and the Tiger Finger trinkets, and I get a crit on top of it, making it even more impossible to actually resist. And now the Flatulent is going to heal the Shieldbreaker out of this store, and he does have some decent death resistances, and I don't have a finish him to get that guaranteed kill on him, but it's still a bit tricky. What I will do here is I will not just waste the finale, because I think I can still lose this match at this point. My reasoning here was, well, I have a Jester, I'm able to drop the finale, but here's the thing, if this Flagellant kind of just stays there with his corpse, if the Shieldbreaker kind of just stays there and survives for a couple rounds with Serpent's Way, all of my characters are going to be dropping to 0 HP from that Antiquarian. Sure, there's not a lot of stress to deal with it, but all of your characters dropping to 0 HP while you're trying to be aggressive and have to hit multiple times is not a very good thing, because that means they're, you know, eventually going to die rather quickly as well, depending on how the RNG goes for you. So here I decide to just click the Crusader and go for a heal on the Jester. The reason I do this is because the Antiquarian can't do anything. I'm in a position to use the finale, and that's all I need to do. After I kill this Antiquarian, my opponent cannot win. Even though they have a Shieldbreaker with Impale, it doesn't really matter because I have a Crusader with the Rally to the Flame. So as long as I manage to get my sniper shot into a finale here, it is pretty much GG. I don't even need to get a crit, I don't need to do a decent amount of damage. I was expecting that Shieldbreaker to use Protect Me, or even take cover to just try and stay alive for a few turns there, make it so the DOT weighs down on my characters, make it so they potentially get a lucky death for the next round. But they just played a bit greedily, maybe hoping that the Black Diamond Mirror dodge would kind of save them. She goes to minus 30 HP, by the way, that Antiquarian. That poor little Antiquarian, and now it is a 4v1. Nodens doesn't surrender, but there really isn't too much he can do here. Not all of my characters are even dropping to their store, so I can just play this safe and sound, no reason to be a bit risky here, and the corpse goes away and then you get an Impale Quadra kill or something of the likes. There's no point in doing that. You click your Arbalist, you heal your Arbalist, you click, or don't heal the Arbalist, I guess you're gonna heal her with the Crusader. Sure thing, Shepta, that works as well. But, you know, I have a finisher on my Jester, I have stuns, I have everything. I have all the bells and whistles on this team, and while I do win this match right now, I am not able to play the Jester WD again, because that's the tournament rules. After you win with a team, you can't play it again. And here we go into the match number 2, and I'm playing WD now, so I get off the Jester WD to play the real WD. And you might be wondering, Shep, is this gonna be a repeating strategy? Are you just gonna spam this your way through the losing brackets? That's the thing, probably not. I was thinking of going Shep Stress the second match, but because I was kind of worried that Nodens would know my playstyle and would try to counter it, because I had a bit of a disadvantage here. Of course I have the advantage of having more game knowledge than Nodens does. As far as I'm aware, he started playing relatively recently. And, you know, I started playing like a week into the Butcher's Circus, so I have that advantage, but I also have the disadvantage that I have a YouTube channel, and he watches my YouTube channel, he knows how I play, he knows what teams I play when I actually want to win, and so players can counterpick me that way, and it has happened a lot, it has happened too much, players have been counterpicking me too much, that's the whole reason I'm in the losers bracket. But, you know, I thought about going Chef Stress, but I thought, oh, they might go for, like, an oppressive Vestal and have that repulse, and I'm really not going to enjoy myself or something of the likes. I could probably still win, but then I just went with the WD. Obviously, if I went Shep Stress into this team, there would be no way for me to lose, because this is the Kalashnikov team. It gets hard countered by Shep Stress. You can't deal with the Gauntlet of Absolution, you get just completely outmatched by the Reign of Sorrows from the Flashlight, but it isn't that, it's WD. So with this WD, I managed to go first. The Occultist did not have a dodge trinket, did not have a Monkey's Paw. The Man-at-Arms really isn't set up to guard, the Doggy really isn't set up to guard, so it's just a pure Kalashnikov team, like purely offensive focused, and I respect it, I must respect it. But of course, with an Occultist that had the Stitch and Embrace, which is the stealth ability, you have to focus him down. If you don't focus him down, if you go for another character, he's going to use Stitch and Embrace on that other character, they're going to get more stress output, they're going to get healed, and they're going to get stealth, so there's nothing you can do about it. The Occultist must be focused down if you're playing something like WD into it, which I did, which worked pretty well, but that does sound varied. Look at my stress bars, I'm already almost afflicted, and even though I killed the Occultist, I didn't really have a good follow-up, because my Abomination can't stun the Doggy when he's back there. My Crusader can't really stun a stunned character, he can't go for the Man-at-Arms because he's too far away, so it really got to kind of a weird position for me. I thought about just shooting the corpse, going for a stun on the Man-at-Arms with my Crusader, then going for a stun on the Doggy with my Abomination, but I ended up deciding against it and just went for the double stun the Abomination, maybe try to get some sort of pressure going there, get a quick kill. But what I really wanted to do here is, because I've been in this situation before, I've been in a situation where I've been in it many times. I actually do love this matchup between the damage and the stress teams, but even if you kill the first two characters relatively quickly, if there's still a Man-at-Arms and the Doggy alive and they're freely using their abilities, or relatively freely using their abilities, you're gonna lose. The Crimson Hook Hound Zeri is just way too strong, and that's a Crimson Hook Carnival Mask Hound Zeri, so it has just completely been shredding my team. The Man-at-Arms does have, or rather does not have a Pit Fighter's Helm, so you will be a bit squishier than what you're used to, but we'll see if I can make something do with that. So here come the Afflictions. I did not get a Virtue on my Crusader, which I was hoping for, but I didn't, and I went Selfish with my Bounty Hunter, which I immediately dreaded. I saw that Selfish and I was like, okay, he can move back, he can pass, he can do anything really stupid, let's see what he does. So here's his first act out, pull on the Doggy, and I was like, okay, there was the confirmed kill on the Abomination, but sure, we pull the Doggy and maybe shoot him, right? Alright, I'll go with that. He wanted to pull the Doggy before the Abomination even went to death's door, so I'll probably do that. Here I decide to do something a bit differently, because if I let that Abomination de-transform and heal, I might very well lose the match on the spot. So I just go for the 25%, and I very luckily get it. I can even capitalize on the mark because it lasts for 2 turns, so I don't even have to immediately take advantage of it. So now I can just kind of, I was expecting the Houndmaster to click immediately to get rid of the mark, but since they don't, I can just shoot into it, and he's at 0 HP, and then the Bounty Hunter just goes finish him, and the match should be over, right? And it should be a very quick end to this best of 3. Thankfully, I do land the 90. My Arbalist is not misbehaving. My Bounty Hunter will misbehave some more, but believe me when I tell you that. But yeah, this match could have gone very wrong very quickly if that Abomination had survived to 25 there, because he would have been able to de-transform. All my characters are doing everything they can to try and kill this freaking Doggy, and they're struggling because my Bounty Hunter is being kind of a reject here. He's not playing with the team, he's playing for the enemy team at this point. Thankfully though, my Abomination moves back and goes for the Bile kill, the double pressure. I love Bile, I feel like it's such a nice ability, it really is. It has not really like, no, it has won me matches before. I have some crazy moments with the Beast Bile, and it's not a move that you kind of want to play for on your WD, but it's there, and the fact that it's there and you just get it for free because the Abomination has all his abilities, it just feels so good in a situation like this. And while I must say, almost every other WD player brings 2 stun trinkets on the Abomination, and that kind of plays into the Beast Bile fantasy, that you get more blight chance on it in case you get pushed, and you get more damage for range skills, so your pulse is actually decent. I don't like it. The reason they do it is not to go for the beast file, but I don't like it because the characters that you want to blight out, like the Men-at-Arms and the Crusader, have terrible blight resistances anyway. They're sitting at 5 and 10, and the damage from the range skills with the repulse is pretty much going to be, usually not too significant, or at least not significant enough to turn the tides of a match. But the reason they actually go for the double stun setup is that they can stun the position 3 character quite effectively. Usually the bounty hunter, usually maybe even like a doggy, something of the likes. They want to just have the really good stun chance to maybe win the WD versus WD matchup by getting a stun on the bounty hunter. I don't see my Abomination as a stunner. I see him as a support stunner, so he can still go for more accurate stuns, which still have a very good chance of getting at 120, but he's not the character that's gonna double stun. He's not the character that's gonna stun a high resistance, a high stun resistance character for me. He's more of a generalist support damage dealer on my WD, and I like him this way, and I really love the net's push chance. It has saved me so many times. I really love the accuracy on it as well. It has also saved me so many times, and not having that accuracy, you're gonna miss a rage with it, and you're really gonna regret it. So yeah, you can see here I'm spazzing out because I was really hating my Abomination at this point. I mean, my Bounty Hunter at this point, but finally I get the death blow on the Men-at-Arms, and that is going to be a W. And quite a very fast W, so let's have a look at the new brackets. So here's what the brackets look like at the moment. So Silac is already in round 3, as most people would expect. We already have one of our top 12 players. So it is Verona, a completely new face, and they are just chilling here. They only won the 2 best of 3s, but they're already in the top 12. If I want to get into a comparable position, to get into the top 12, I have to go, I think, here. So I need to, oh god, yeah, I need to win this one plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's not, no. I need to win 5 best of 3s to now be in a comparable position to where they are, where they only won 2. But, such is the way of the Butcher Circus. I started in round 1, and, once you start here, like, none of these players have ever won. But we're trying, okay? We'll try to make our way up the brackets. So up next, we're going to play against either Kashi, which is a cool player from Poland, if I remember correctly, and Toskalis, which is Silac's girlfriend, believe it or not. So yeah, that would be quite cool. I think that if Silac loses, I might play against him sometime. So it would be really fun to knock out both his girlfriend and himself. But she has knocked me out before in the tournament, so there's that. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hope you all keep enjoying the tournament, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.